Hello, my name is Pegleg or Madison, and I'm about to embark on the border-to-border calendar year Triple Crown, walking from Key West to Canada, and then walking across the Pacific Crest Trail, and then the Continental Divide Trail, all in 1 year. It's going to be about 8,400 miles. Only one person has ever done it, and no woman has ever attempted it or completed it. So when I finish, I'll be the first woman to ever do so. And I want to show you the gear I'm going to be taking on the hike that is going to be, making me go the miles. First up, Mont Bell. I have their sun hoodie, the UV 30, in this nice gray color. It's the men's. It's so soft, it fits fantastic. And then I'm wearing a pair of Nike spandex shorts and the Topo Spectre 2 road shoes. I'm going to be using these for the Florida section, which is where I'm starting. And then once I'm back onto some actual trail, I'm going to be doing the Topo Terra Venture shoes, which is just my bread and butter. It's what I've always done. And I'm using Darn Tough socks in these adorable little sun color pattern. And what I'm not wearing right now, but I'm going to be using, are these Dirty Girl gaiters. So cute. It's this little pinup girl color and style. Just absolutely adorable. I have a bunch of pairs of these, so I'm going to be using them all year. And I'm also not wearing my hat, but I'm going to be wearing this Pinhoti Trail hat. I wore it towards the end of the Eastern Continental Trail in 2023, and I just love it. I didn't find another hat I loved as much. Maybe I'll switch it out, but I adore it. And I'm going to be carrying this buff by the Trek. It's their Appalachian Trail buff. It's just so cute. It's nice to have a buff sometimes if you don't need a hat. You can wear it around your neck if you're cold, around your ears if you're cold, or just kind of like as a headband. And then I'm going to show you what's in my backpack and then what's in my fanny pack and just sort of walk you through everything. First up, the backpack. This is the Palante Desert Pack. It's one of their new styles because they're using a different fabric. I'll link below what the fabric is. It's basically just a more resistant, tougher fabric that's supposed to hold up for longer, be less tear resistant, and it's a little bit more waterproofed. It's definitely a more hardy fabric than what their desert pack is normally made out of. And I've never used it before, but I'll let you know how I feel about it. On the outside of my pack, I have these Gossamer Gear trekking poles. These are just the lightest trekking poles that you can get. And doing a trail like the Florida Trail to start, I'm not going to be using my trekking poles all the time every single day. So there's going to be a lot of time that it's sitting on the outside of my backpack. So there are other companies like Black Diamond that make really hardy trekking poles, but they're almost £1 each. So if you're not going to have them in your hands the whole time, that's a lot of weight on your back. So these are awesome. I actually had this one pole for the entire CDT last year, 2,700 miles. And then I had to get a new one because my other pole got swept away in a flash flood. So it's not that it broke or anything failed. It literally just got lost. I had no issues with them breaking or anything, even though they're very nice and light. And then I'm also going to be carrying this Gossamer Gear sun umbrella. This is just one of those pieces of gear I would never hike without. It's fantastic for sun and it's fantastic for rain. If it's pouring rain all day and you have a rain jacket and pants on, you're going to stay relatively dry, but this is going to allow you to keep all of the rain off of your core, so you're actually just going to stay really dry and comfortable, and it's fantastic as long as it's not super windy. So that's that. And then I have a Sawyer Squeeze water filter. This is an old one. It's the one I was carrying on the CDT. I don't know if it's the filter I'm going to use all year, but it's the only filter I have right now. So this is the one I'll be starting with. You definitely need a water filter so that you don't get sick with Giardia when you're hiking or some other kind of bacteria. They filter out all bacteria. And then I have on the outside a Tokes pot. This is the 650 milliliter. Definitely something that I'm going to be bringing. I plan to be cooking a lot of meals along the trail, so I wouldn't go without a pot. It's titanium, incredibly light. The most heavy component of cooking hot meals is carrying the fuel. The pot and the stove are so light, so it's like not carrying anything at all. And then what am I going to be cooking on that stove? All kinds of things, but primarily this year, my goal is to properly fuel my body with nutrients, calories, and protein to go the long haul. Like, I don't want to be eating too much junk and stuff that just is empty calories and sugar. So I'm going to be eating meals like this. Mountain House meals, these are packed with calories, incredibly lightweight. This is like 4 ounces, but it has almost 700 calories. It has 43 grams of protein, which is so much, especially to be getting it in one sitting. So I don't really have a lot of food to show you today, but these are gonna be a staple for me across my hike. I wanna take care of my body, but I also wanna be eating food that I enjoy, food that tastes like town food, because when you're through hiking, you're just burning so many calories, you're constantly craving good, real food. So if I can trick myself and let myself eat meals like this for dinner, then I won't be craving expensive town food as much. These are just amazing. There's so many of them. This is the chicken and rice. And then I love the pad thai, the biscuits and gravy, the fettuccine alfredo. There are so many good ones. I usually do the milk with granola and blueberries for breakfast. That one is fantastic, and you don't need hot water to cook it. So that's really nice. And then first I'm gonna show you what's on the outside of my pack, stuff that I keep in this mesh. And this backpack is amazing because it also has this bottom pocket. So you can keep snacks in here. You could keep gear in here. I've met hikers who keep their town shoes or their bathroom bag, but I like to use it for stuff I want to grab quick and on the go. So I usually put about a day's worth of snacks in here, and that's just so convenient. I love this backpack. I use the desert pack for the 2,700 mile Continental Divide Trail, and I used it for all of the Alabama Road Walk and then the whole Florida Trail all the way to Key West. No complaints. It's just like an incredible pack. I can't imagine myself using anything else. First on the outside, I have this butt pad. I think it's by Nemo. It's the X-Ped. This is something that I've been carrying for, oh my gosh, probably 9,000 miles. And I mean, it shows, but it's still holding up, so I'm not gonna get rid of it. I got it at trail days when I was on the Appalachian Trail in 2023. And then I carried it all the way to Canada, all the way up through Canada, then across Alabama and Florida. This is something I've never carried on trail before, but I'm bringing a resistance band. I'm managing a little bit of shoulder issues just from last year. I'm not really sure totally why. It's not something I've ever dealt with before, but this is lightweight and it's gonna enable me to do a few different physical therapy exercises while I'm on trail. And I want to take care of myself so that I can make it, the whole way. Next up, I have the Mont Bell rain jacket. This rain jacket is amazing. Love that it has this little bag just to help you store it away. And my favorite feature about this rain jacket, besides just it's so light, it's a great material, it's really comfortable, but it also has these elongated pit zips. So if you're really hot, you can keep your jacket on to stay dry, but unzip to ventilate, which is just an incredible feature. So I absolutely love this. I'm excited to use it all year. Another random thing is this is just an orange vest. In Florida, on the Florida Trail in January, it's hunting season. So in some sections of national forests, you have to wear orange so that you don't get shot. So I don't know when I'll have to start wearing that, but I'm not going to leave home without it. It's just a random brand, but it's something that is pretty essential for that trail. And then I have a little bag by Z-Packs, and inside I keep my stove and stuff like that. So I have an MSR pocket rocket. This stove is probably done 5,000 or 6,000 miles. So compact, lightweight, and it's reliable. Like, you might be able to get a slightly cheaper one, like made in China off of Amazon, but I've had this one for probably 9,000 miles and it's still working. Then I keep an O-ring, an extra one for my water filter just in case it falls out or I lose it or it breaks. And then I have a flip fuel device. This little device makes it so I never have to buy fuel on trail, or if I do buy it, I only have to get it once or twice on an entire through hike. You put it onto 2 fuel canisters and it enables you to siphon fuel from one to the other. Also, really lightweight, and saving money is fantastic. I'm going to be hiking for an entire year. That's going to be, pretty expensive. It's like doing 2 or 3 through hikes. So anything I can do to save a little bit of money and also just eliminate some waste from the fuel canisters that people leave behind that they're not using. Next up, I have an insect shield. This one is from Sea to Summit. I don't know when the bugs are going to start, but if I'm getting swarmed by gnats or flies or mosquitoes, that's going to give me some peace, just so they're not in your face and your nose and your ears, because that will literally drive you crazy. And then I have this little ditty bag by Z-Packs. This is so cool because I have my trowel in there, and then I have a little bit of hand sanitizer and wipes, and it's just like well organized, but the bag is so light that it might as well be a Ziploc. Then I have a ground sheet. It's pretty dirty. It's just like a piece of polycro, very basic. I think I got that one from Garage Grown Gear. And then I have my Montbell rain pants, which I personally wouldn't through hike without rain pants. They're amazing, not just for rain, but sometimes it's cold, maybe it snows, maybe it's excessively windy to the point where wind pants aren't going to be enough. I'm also going to be, for parts of this trail, carrying Montbell's wind shirt and wind pants, but sometimes it's just so cold that you really need a pair of rain pants. And if it's pouring rain all day, like your shorts are going to get wet. Sometimes my butt will chafe, like my butt cheeks will chafe from getting soaking wet, and I just don't want to deal with that this year. And finally, the last thing I have, which there's actually a little individual pocket on this backpack just for your tent stakes. These ones are by Tokes, and I gotta say, these are the most compact and lightest tent stakes I've ever seen. This is 6 tent stakes. They all just fold perfectly into each other. They're made with titanium, they're super light, and they have these little holes in them to help dig them into the ground and keep them in the ground better, which I've never used tent stakes with that feature before, and I'm excited to see how they work and if it's noticeably better than the standard V-shaped tent stake. And that is the last of things on the outside of my bag. There'll probably be a couple little random things I show at the end, just because I leave tomorrow to start this hike. So I'm packing and figuring everything out, so I'm not as organized as I would be if I was out right now. Alright, and then top of my bag, my Z-Packs Plex Light, Plex like solo one-person tent. This tent is old reliable to me. I've used the Plex Solo, the older model, which was 13 ounces. I carried that for 11,000 miles. This one is 11 ounces, so it's even lighter, and I'm just so excited to be using this year. It's my favorite tent. You set it up with a trekking pole. You only actually need 6 tent stakes to set it up, and that's all I'm bringing. And it's incredible. It's a great tent. Then I have my Z-Packs food bag, and I don't have much in here. I have some Ziploc bags, a couple little snacks. I have some Element packets for hydration, and then a couple little things like some Trader Joe's orange slices snacks. I often carry Gin-Gins just because if you get like nauseous or something, which can happen when you're hiking, then that helps a lot. But the main thing, I'm a snacker. I mostly snack all day. I don't really do a set lunch, but I'm going to be doing Mountain House meals for all of my dinners because at the end of the day, you really want a carb load before you go to bed. Usually, you could eat 1,000 calories before bed and you still wake up hungry because you're burning maybe 4,000 or 5,000 calories a day. So these are going to just be my holy grail I'm going to be doing the milk and granola for breakfast. If I'm like really hungry or doing a huge day, I might do one of these for lunch and then do another one of these for dinner because they're just amazing. It's hard to get that many calories in eating ramen noodles and North side dishes. Then next I have some feminine products. I'm not really a cup girl. I think it's hard to clean. They have to be like boiled in water. You have to rinse them. I think it's a lot easier to use standard feminine products like tampons. That's just me. Obviously, everyone has their preference. Then next, I have this little bag. I got it from REI. It's the flat pack zipper toiletry case. I've used this for years. It's waterproof, so if something explodes in there, it doesn't go through your whole backpack. And I'll give a quick rundown because it's not really that significant of stuff. I have contact solution, glasses. I carry a little thing of tissues so that I can have a sterile way to dry my eyes when I do contacts. I carry a little tube of Aquaphor. It's good on your lips. It's also a good lotion. And then these are so cool. I carry these little coconut oil packets. This is conscious coconut, and that's what I use in my hair. Otherwise, my hair gets really like puffy and tangled and hard to manage. But the packets are so convenient. When I shower, I just need one packet in my hair, and that just helps to keep my hair clean and protected and safe when I'm hiking. So that's pretty much everything for personal care. I usually do earplugs as well, just in case it's loud. I know it's gonna be a little noisy at times on the Florida Trail. And next, I have this ultralight sack. I got it from Etsy. The size is just perfect for my electronics. It's just a custom bag. I don't know if the shop is still operating, but I have it because my power bank is so long. So it's just the perfect container. So first, this is my anchor, just the power brick for the wall. I've had this for forever. You can see it has a USB and also a PD. I think it's really important if you're busy in town and low on time to be able to charge multiple things at once. And then I also have this little device. So I can change a PD cord into a USB. So, and all you do is literally plug it on. I got that on Amazon. And that enables me to always be charging two significant electronics at once. It doesn't matter what they are. I can exchange them out any way that works, which is incredibly convenient. Next, I just have like an iPhone cord. I have an extra Petzl battery for my headlamp. That is crucial. If you're night hiking a lot, you can really drain that battery. And a lot of the power banks don't recharge those very fast because they're more of like a slow trickle charge. So that's something I've struggled with in the past and I don't want to deal with this year. So I've eliminated the problem entirely. Next, I have a Petzl headlamp. I've had this on the whole Triple Crown on every trail I've ever hiked, and it's still going. I got it in 2017. I don't know how it's still going, but it is. And then I have an Anchor 20,000 power bank. I also have used that on almost every thru hike. It's my personal favorite. It's incredibly reliable. I wouldn't hike without that one. Other ones I've noticed, like the Night Core, they just don't hold the same life. They die sometime on your thru hike or they just stop working. And I've never had a problem with the Anchor ones. Then I just have some cords. I have a micro USB, that's for charging my headlamp batteries. Then I have this weird little cord for charging my Garmin solar watch. And then I have a PD charger. I have one that's PD to PD, and I have one that's PD to USB. Once again, it just gives you options, so you can always be charging efficiently in town. Next, this is my little first aid bag. It's made by that same Etsy company, Ultralight Sacks. It's just another odd size that I really like. So in here, I just keep my contacts. I have extra little thing of Velcro for doing my dirty girl gaiters. I have a couple little pills. I have a couple metatarsal pads in case I have like a foot issue. And then I have like some patching for my thermarest, and just little tiny things, an Imodium, maybe a week's worth of antibiotics, but I don't carry much first aid. I'm gonna carry KT tape in case I need to wrap something up, and I always carry a bandana. So if you had a mild injury, I could wrap up with a bandana. If I have a major injury, I'm using my Garmin Mini InReach to SOS out. That's just the fact of it. So I think a lot of people think they need a ton of first aid, and personally, I don't think you do, because if it's major issue, you need to get to a hospital. If it's a minor issue, you can probably hike to the next town and get whatever you need. And that's just me, and that keeps my pack light. Next, I have this Z-Packs inflatable pillow. That is not something I've ever used before, and I'm really excited to try it. I think it's gonna be really nice and comfortable. Then I have a Sea to Summit bag liner. This adds maybe 5 or 6 degrees to a regular sleeping bag. So I'm gonna be carrying a 30-degree quilt this year, and this means if there was ever a night that was a little bit colder, I'm still gonna be comfortable. And it just enables me to go further without issues. Then I have this bag. It comes with your thermarest. It's just a pump sack so that you can inflate your thermarest pad a little bit quicker. Sure, people say it's not ultralight, but it saves you so much time. I just don't care. Then I keep this out in my bag to kind of provide some cushion because it's a frameless pack. This is a Sam Bob Alpha 90 hoodie. It is so cute. The color is just unbeatable. It's adorable. I love this. So soft, so light, but it's gonna keep you warm and cozy and comfortable. Then this is the bag I use for my clothes. I like to be able to keep them separate and dry. That's just me. Okay. So this is a Z-Packs bag. You can use it as a pillow, which is so nice. It actually goes inside out and has like a softer fabric on the inside, so you can put your clothes in it and use it as a pillow. But my thing is, if it's cold, depending on where you're hiking, you're probably wearing all of your layers. So I want to try the inflatable pillow because this bag is usually empty at night. I have another buff in here. This is a luxury item for me. I use this buff as a shirt when I'm doing laundry. I've stretched it out. You can't really use it on your head anymore, but I want to be able to wash everything when I do laundry, especially if you don't do laundry a lot. And that's why I also carry one extra pair of shorts, so I can wash everything when I do laundry. And also because I've had it happen so many times that I rip these shorts and get like a huge hole in my butt. And that's so awkward and weird, especially if you're road walking and then you just have a huge hole in your shorts. So that's a luxury item. I'm carrying the extra shorts. I don't care. So I wear one pair of socks and I carry one pair of socks. I don't carry a third pair anymore. And then I have 2 pairs of underwear. Got them off Amazon. It's like an active wear fabric thong. They're ultralight, baby. And I just think that they're more comfortable. Then I have a light load towel. This little chip turns into a pack towel. It's not something I really need a lot, but if you had something happen and you get, like, gear gets wet, or for some reason you really need to dry something, it's really nice to have, and it's so light. I just kind of carry it until the situation arises. Then I have my Mont Bell Plasma 1000 Fill Puffy. This little thing, it's teeny tiny. It fits in the stuff sack. Dude, I mean, I've used this for the last few years. It's incredible. It's 4.5 ounces. You can't beat that with a puffy. And I'm using it in conjunction with the Alpha 90. So it doesn't need to be the thickest, hottest puffy in the world, because if I'm really cold, I can wear my Alpha and I can wear my rain gear. Then there's not much left. I have matching pants for that Sam Bob hoodie, Alpha 90 pants. They fit like a comfortable jogger. So cute, so light, so comfortable. And then I have the Mont Bell Thunder rain mitts. Amazing gloves. they're gonna keep you warm, but they're gonna keep you dry. I think that's the most critical thing. Like, I carried gloves in the past that I really liked, but if it was raining and I was cold, they got wet. Now, your hands and your head are something you want to keep dry. So that's not something I would really risk again, honestly. And last up, this is a Z-Packs dry bag, or like a storage bag, and inside is my Katahdin Palisade 30 quilt. I love this quilt, dude. Oh my gosh, it is so warm, so comfortable. It has the enclosed foot box, but then like the back is completely open. And I have straps so that I could enclose it if I wanted to. But if I'm like really warm and it's a hot night, I can leave it more open. So you can use it in, 20-degree temperatures, and you can use it in much hotter temperatures. It's very versatile, and it weighs less than 20 ounces. So it's really light. And this is just a quote I've used in the past that I think the temperature rating is very true and very consistent. So I'm excited to carry this year just because I know it's reliable. And only one more thing. I have my Thermarest. This one is the Neo Air X-Lite NXT. It's not one of the newest, just come out models. I actually hiked the entire CDT with this pad. The entire trail. Got one puncture and I patched it. This puncture right here. Found it, patched it. And then I hiked the entire Alabama road walk and Florida trail with this pack. Like 2 years ago, got one hole and I patched it. This is a $220 pad, and I've carried it for 5,000 almost miles, and I'm starting the calendar year with it. We'll see how long it goes, but it still works. If it works, no need to get rid of it. And last up, my Palante side bag, which is currently covered in a lot of stuff just because I'm not on trail yet, so I'm not, wearing things. I love this bag. It goes cross-body, really comfortable, so it's not, right on your, stomach. It has a pocket in the front for your phone, so convenient. You're pulling your phone in and out all day to take pictures. And then I keep my Garmin on it, so it's on my body. I keep my cooler cloth on it, so it's right there. I keep a bandana. This is the CDT bandana. And then I have a claw clip for my hair. That's just easier and more delicate on my hair. And then I have a million things in here. Once again, a few of them I won't be carrying maybe in here all year, but I haven't left yet, so I'm just kind of figuring things out. First, Umbra sunglasses. Absolutely incredible. So comfortable, so light, not gonna get scratched or broken. Just perfect, really the perfect sunglasses. I'm so excited to be using those. Then I'm carrying mace. I'm gonna be starting in Florida, doing a lot of road walking. This is not just for people, but possibly for dogs. On Florida trails and Alabama trails, there can be issues with dogs because of the leash laws. So I wouldn't hike without this. It's gonna give me peace of mind in addition to the Garmin. And then I have this adorable tiny little knife. If I have to cut anything, or not like you're gonna use it for protection, it's literally probably half an inch, but I could probably stab someone very lightly with it in a self-defense moment. Not really, that's not the goal. I'm carrying it to cut things and, stuff like that. Then I have my passport, and I also have a pen in here wrapped in Leukotape so that I can carry a small amount of Leukotape for the year. I have some tissues. I have my wallet, which is just rubber band with my cards. I have this little bottle, which has Benadryl, allergy medicine for daytime that's non-drowsy, Dramamine in case I get incredibly nauseous but need to calm it down so I can eat. Has a little bit of antibiotics in here and Excedrin in here. So everything I need in one little bottle, just enough. If I need more, I'll buy it in town. It's enough to have a dose or two. Next, sunblock. This one I got off Amazon, Elta MD. I have one little pen It's actually a McGillen's Old Ale House pen. That's the bar I work at in Philly. A little Aquaphor, a chapstick, a couple gin-gins, which are delicious and candy, but also good for nausea, a lighter for my stove, and a hair tie. So that's literally everything. Once again, I'm wearing Topo. I'm starting in the Spectre 2 shoes, and then I'll be wearing the Terra Ventures. I'm wearing Darn Tough socks. I'm wearing Nike spandex shorts, this Montbell sun hoodie, a Garmin watch. I'm gonna be wearing this, you know, this adorable Pinhoti Trail hat. Love the Pinhoti Trail so much. And this is all my gear, man. I'm gonna be hiking 8,400 miles. There's things I'm gonna have to add. Maybe micro spikes or an ice axe for the Sierra on the Pacific Crest Trail. Definitely a bear canister for sections of that trail. I plan on using one of the smaller ones just because of the size of my pack. And what else that I might change out? I might change to the Katahdin 15-degree quilt. That's a possibility if this is not going to be maybe warm enough for Colorado or the Pacific Crest Trail. But I have a feeling this is all I'm going to use, and this is everything. I'm going to be sending resupply boxes over the course of the year, and they are loaded with Mountain House meals. 7 meals per box or more. My family's going to send them out to me over the course of the hike. I think packing resupply boxes, I would never do snacks because your preferences change so much, but these are a staple. The dinners aren't going to change. You need a hearty dinner, home-cooked tasting dinner, and this is like the lightest, most calorie-dense meal you can get. So I'm going to be loading up on these, and that's it. Thanks for tagging along, and I'm going to be making blogs for the trek under Peg Leg, Instagram videos, YouTube videos, and stuff for this entire year. So stay tuned. You can find all my social media, either Google Madison Blagden or Peg Leg hikes, and it's all right there. Thanks for watching, guys, and have an amazing day.